And then came the main event. Or as our editor, Rich, described it, DDT Dynamite. Because this was... A lot of people describe the Nakazawa Omega Best Friends tag match from a few weeks ago as a DDT-style comedy tag match. This street fight, however, was what I'm most familiar with DDT with, and that is just crazy, bonkers, Falls Count... Well, not Falls Count Anywhere. I guess it was, wasn't it? Just Falls Count Anywhere shenanigans. This was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was sort of as if someone had said they'd gone, oh, do we have to start in the ring? Oh, you've got to start in the ring, but that you can do anything after that. It just starts. So Matt Hardy just bites Guevara immediately. It sort of started in the ring. There was the splash through the table. Then Jake Hager gets involved, and as soon as Hager gets involved, that's where it kind of dissolves into this complete madness. It was a strange place to put an ad break, I thought, because there was the small screen while the start of the brawl backstage happened. During that was when I think Matt got hit by a bin or a trash can, as you would call it. It was mental.
Yeah, so at one point Jericho kind of fights broken Matt Hardy to the back. Jericho and Sammy come down and they gang up on Omega, but then sort of version 1 Matt Hardy comes out instead. Normal Matt Hardy, and wrestles as normal Matt Hardy. And later on, Jericho and Hager, I think, stuff him into a sort of ice locker.
Yeah, man, that was cold.
Yeah, and very good. Is that the one?
I did one earlier. You didn't even hear it. I said Brandy Throdes. And then there's that was worse. But I was interested to see that they called the Twist of Fates. I think they might have called it some kind of cutter, because
I don't mallet.
think they're allowed to. Maybe is Twist of Fate a copyright?
I don't know. Strange.
They did it a couple of times, and both times they were like cutter, because they quite clearly wanted to say Twist of Fate. But yeah, so he throws him into the icebox, and then he comes out again as rebroken. So I don't know what happened in that icebox, but clearly something bad.
It's like a lake of reincarnation. It's been frozen into ice cubes and put in.
Broke the ice.
But there was just stop it. There's just there were so many fun bits, and just when I thought, okay, that's the big fun bit, like broken Matt coming out of the ice locker, which you could see coming from a mile away, though. It doesn't make it any less brilliant. Matt gets in, broken Matt now. I think he says to the camera as well, the ice has brought back Damascus, and he gets in a buggy. And he drive-bys Chris Jericho. I was like, that's really fun, because any buggy action is going to have those fond recollections of WrestleMania X7 and that excellent Kane, Big Show, Raven, hardcore triple threat. And then Omega gets in the same buggy, and they drive around, and Sammy's like, what's going on? And then it was like really good camera work, cuts to this shot of Matt Hardy and Omega in the buggy, speeding towards Sammy, with Omega hanging out the window, just pointing at Guevara. And then Guevara just takes a bump off of it. I thought it was excellent. Yeah,
it was really good. I really appreciated Guevara's commitment to just being a ragdoll, and it was brilliant. And he sort of is quite lucky with those. I know it's a sort of gimmicked buggy, but they've kind of got like plexiglass, sort of plastic in front of them, so I think it's quite a safe bump to take, even though it looks pretty gnarly, because it's quite thin. It's almost like the stuff that Lexan, which is unbreakable, although it breaks every single Elimination Chamber match. I think it's that kind of thing where it probably looks a lot worse than it is, which is good. You don't want him to actually put his face through glass.
It's not real, folks. You can
no. And then there was a bit where Omega climbs up like a scissor lift and does a moonsault over the back, and only hits Matt Hardy, I noticed.
Because it was Hager as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. But the finish comes after some of Matt sort of put through a table, very soft table, and the Judas effect.
Yeah, and Santana and Ortiz got involved as well. It was all of the Inner Circle versus two guys. Judas effect, make the pin. But this was just a fantastic visual ending because the Inner Circle win. They haven't stood tall for a while, really, it feels like. They haven't really been around. They've been doing the Bubbly Bunch stuff. And we got to go off air with Jericho standing up, flanked by all his cronies, with the Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium ground behind them. They're in sort of one of the tunnel entranceways. So the field was in the background, along with this giant scoreboard, Titantron kind of thing, right at the other end of the field. And it just came up with the Inner Circle's name on it. And, if you really think about it, there's no way that will happen because how did the graphics department know, or the production truck?
Santana and Ortiz were for so long. They were like, right, so we're going to probably finish this match in about 5 minutes. So if you can get that ready.
And where to position the camera. But I just thought it was a terrific visual ending for it.